This might be a Notion morning routine video, but I don't start my day on Notion. I do have a morning routine I do before I hop on the computer. It starts with reading, and then I usually get into some stretching. I am very injury prone, and I'm also in my mid-30s. So I need some mobility and some stretching in the morning, and this is one of the big ways that I do it. I do some stretching, and then I've been recently integrating foam rolling. Now, as I'm kind of going about this routine, I'm just going to throw out there right now, I am not one of those humans that gets pretty before they set up their camera to record, especially because I'm trying to give you a glimpse into my real morning routine, and I don't brush my hair immediately, and I don't do my skin routine immediately. I do my mornings. I make myself some coffee because I love me some coffee. I grew up in the Seattle area. I do my greens every morning, which this is AG1 that I'm actually using this morning, but I actually don't like the taste of Athletic Greens. I'm going to switch back to Organifi once I'm done with this. So I do that, and then I do some electrolytes in my water, get my vitamins, and start prepping my coffee, which usually involves adding some CBD and some Schisandra to my coffee. Then this is the extent of my getting ready, especially at this part of my day. I'm recording this on a Monday, and I don't have a lot going on Mondays. I tend to just stay home, get really into the work. So I put a little serum, some moisturizer, brush my hair, put some dry shampoo in my hair, and then I'm just kind of fixing those crazy little flyaways.
See, now I feel like enough of a human to be on camera.
Now it's time to get myself some breakfast. I usually do some protein coffee in the morning, so I quite literally put protein shakes into my coffee, get some Greek yogurt, a hard-boiled egg, and then I'm going to sit down on my desk and actually start getting into the Notion morning routine part of the video. Let's do it.
I tend to kick off my morning with a writing block. I'm working on writing a book, and this has been the best way that I found to do it. And yes, I do all of my book writing inside of Notion. So we're gonna sit down, we're gonna do my writing block before I dive in for the day. So I just switched my morning playlist, which I have all queued up on my Echo. I just switched it to be playing on my computer, and then I dive into my daily check-in. So let me show you what it looks like. Also, we need to light some candles. Let's make a vibe. Let's do this. Now that we're back at the desk, let's check out the Notion daily check-in. I don't quite listen to this yet, but I have a recording of me reading my vivid vision that I tend to listen to every morning. Then I've got my word for the year, my focus right now, and then I check into my goals. So I was up before 7, though I maybe fell back asleep this morning. I did get over 7 hours of sleep. I meditated, I read, and then I'm doing a personal challenge right now, which I'll tell you a little bit more about in a second, where I have certain daily activities that are kind of linked to a point system. It's a whole thing. I'll explain it later. But when I log my reading habit, this pops up to remind me to check in with how many pages I read. My goal every day is to read over 25 pages, and I get 10 points when I do. But I'll tell you more about this challenge later. Drop a comment below if it's something you're interested in hearing about. You can see I've got a lot of habits I'm trying to track. So I also stretched today. Where is my mouse? It's really hard to film and click at the same time. So I already stretched today. And then same thing with the reading. This pops up so that I can log how much I stretched for, and then I get points for every minute I stretched, up to 15. And then I log that I do have my water and electrolytes. It's right there, along with my vitamins. I log that I drank my greens, my AG1, and then I log my writing power hour. And when I click that button, this pops up inside of my Notion, which is where I am working on my book. So we're gonna get into it and we're gonna write. So I was about to go for a walk, but it's Monday right now as I record this, which is like my meetingless Mondays. I don't have really any calls. I have one student later tonight. But so I was like, okay, maybe I go to a coffee shop and work instead, get myself out of the house. And I have this one spot I really like to go to that's a walk and a nice place that I can work at. So I like to just like throw all my shit in a backpack, go down there. But before I do, I want to make sure I have a lot of clarity on what I really need to get done today, so I know whether it is coffee shop work or I need to be home work. Okay, so one thing I haven't talked about yet with my Notion morning routine is how I kind of transition from the morning routine part of it into work mode. And this is absolutely part of my morning. So let me show you. So at the base of my daily check-in page, after I've kind of gone through all of my habits, I still need to listen to my vivid vision. But at the very bottom of this page is a place where I can click into my daily pages. So this is something I'm absolutely planning on going over with you guys. So I have a page for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and you can kind of see all of these pages are themed. So since today is Monday, I would click into the Monday page, and I actually already have it up. And it's literally set up to support the focus of the day, which the focus of my Monday page is it's my CEO day. It's the day where I kind of do big picture project work, check in on goals, stuff like that. So these are my biggest focuses for the day, but actually I need to update these right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Yeah, I'm kind of realizing it's a no. We're gonna be working from home today. So I'm gonna finish making a game plan for what I'm gonna work on. Hopefully it doesn't start raining so I can go for a walk, and then we'll get into our shit for the day. And there we have it. My top priorities for today are the content creation. And then this is technically my systems day for my CEO schedule. So once I get through all of that, we're gonna work on some website updates. But in the meantime, I'm gonna go for a walk because I have a new step goal that I'm trying to hit. And I don't wanna do it when it's raining. So we're gonna go now. Oh my God, I got so wet. Clearly, I am not the person who cares about being put together in YouTube videos. I'm just not. That's how I roll. So you're even gonna see hat hair, guys. I do, I look like a wet dog right now, but it's fine. I don't care. We're not here to see my glamorized life. We're here for Notion, so let's get back into it. But first, necesito más coffee. I love you guys, but I like coffee more. Now that we are back and now that we are situated, I showed you earlier how I kind of go through and like set my priorities. Really now it's just about diving into that to-do list. So let me show you what we've got going on here. First item on the to-do list is to record tomorrow's podcast, which clearly I can spell podcast. And then I actually have my content calendar pinned over here. So I know exactly which podcast topic. We're talking about what most productivity advice gets wrong for high achievers. And then I already outlined all of this. Spoiler alert, I do a lot of this with ChatGPT. So if you would be interested in hearing more about how I use ChatGPT for content creation, stuff like that, I've done a whole ChatGPT masterclass on my website, which I'll go ahead and link in the description below. But if that's something you'd like to see, drop a comment, let me know. I've got basically the entire thing scripted out. Really at this point, it's just a matter of sitting down and recording it. I got my whole setup over here where I can literally lock in my iPad right here to record. So that's what I'm gonna go ahead and do. So at this point, what you're seeing is I'm done with the Notion morning routine part of it. I really use Notion in the morning to check into my habits, to do my writing power hour, and then to kind of go into whatever day of the week it is, to that layout, to that plan. And I essentially go through and set priorities for the day. So that is really how I use Notion every single morning. And I've gotten myself into a really, really great flow where it seamlessly transitions from the non-Notion part of my morning routine into the computer part of my morning routine. And as always, you can see I do freaking everything inside of Notion. So if there's any part of this video you want to see me dive into more, go ahead and drop a comment below. Do you want to see how I set up those daily pages? Do you want to see how I set up some of my buttons to automate all of the tracking and whatnot that I'm doing? Are you interested in learning more about the 6-month reinvention challenge I'm doing and how I'm using Notion to support it? Notion has been crucial in supporting it. In fact, let me give you a little sneak peek into my spread for it. Like, check that baby out. Since my word for the year is action, I'm calling it my action era. Like, check all of the shit out. I have it so automated, so streamlined, so set up. It has been going so well. So if you're interested in hearing more about that, let me know. But in the meantime, that is it. That is my Notion morning routine. That is kind of how I transition from, non-computer to computer parts of my day. So I'm gonna dive into my to-do list. And with that, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, don't forget to comment any questions you've got below. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're enjoying this kind of content, and I will see you next time. Bye.